It's a friendly and lively European city.
It's got 2 universities, 2 cathedrals and a grand opera house.
There's plenty of fun, comfort and Irish hospitality, where variety really is the spice of life. Welcome to Belfast. Hello, I'm Francesca Robinson and welcome to Britain's Best Breaks. We're in the city of Belfast. We'll be helping you to make the right choices when planning a relaxing break in this lively and historic city. And we'll be travelling out of town to take a look at all the attractions on offer throughout Ulster.
I'm Graham Bell. Let us do the legwork while we guide you around this most beautiful region of Ireland. We'll find the best places to stay and eat and some fantastic things to see and do. There's a lot to see in Belfast, and one of the best ways to take it all in is a city sightseeing tour. With buses departing every 15 to 30 minutes, you'll have plenty of opportunities to take in this living history tour through Belfast's fascinating past. Your ticket allows you to hop on and off at the 8 stops during the tour, including the Falls Road, Crumlin Road Jail and Shankhill Road.
In 1888, Queen Victoria granted Belfast the status of a city, and that meant they could build a city hall. With a staircase made from 3 quality marbles and fabulous stained glass windows, this is a stunning tribute to Victorian craftsmanship. Admission to see all this is free and there are guided tours each day around the City Hall. It really is well worth a visit. One of Belfast's famous literary sons, C.S. Lewis, the author of the Chronicles of Narnia, is commemorated here. Other celebrated names to come out of Belfast include footballer George Best and international music star Van Morrison. The Ulster Folk and Transport Museum gives you a real sense of Ulster life in the 1900s. Here's a sight to get any enthusiast excited. These magnificent engines are a stirring reminder of Ulster's engineering past. There's so much to see in this award-winning museum, so give yourself plenty of time to enjoy it all. Although there's still plenty to see in Belfast beyond the city, the beautiful countryside of Ulster has a lot to offer, as Graham has been discovering.
On the east coast of County Down, with its northern tip just 4 miles from Belfast, Strangford Lough is definitely worth a visit. The loch is home to all kinds of marine life, especially horse mussels, and if you're lucky, on some days you'll see the porpoises playing here. One of Northern Ireland's best-known national monuments, Scrabo Tower was built in 1857 as a memorial to the 3rd Marquess of Londonderry. Admission to the tower is free and there's a wonderful country park to explore, with pleasant walks through woodland and disused quarries. Just 10 miles from Belfast, you'll find Hillsborough Village, and I'm in Hillsborough Square, and over here is the courthouse, one of the many fine examples of Georgian architecture. The building now houses the Tourist Information Centre and an exhibition on the history of the country's legal system. There's plenty to do in the village with its range of specialty shops, pubs and restaurants, mixing nicely with buildings of historical and cultural importance, such as St Malachy's Church, Hillsborough Castle and Hillsborough Fort. In September you'll be able to enjoy the Oyster Festival, although this is a charming village to visit at any time of the year.
The only World Heritage Site in Ireland, the Giant's Causeway, is a dramatic result of volcanic eruptions 60 million years ago. There are over 40,000 of these six-sided columns. Formed from layered basalt, they make steps from the cliff tops to the sea. Legend has it that Finn McCool, a giant who commanded Ireland's armies, fancied a lady giant in the Hebrides, so he built the causeway to bring them together. Here's something to bring out the Indiana Jones in all of us, the Carrick-a-Reed rope bridge. This chasm is 24 metres deep and 18 metres across. For centuries, salmon fishermen threw this precarious bridge across the gap to get to the island. Today the fishermen use a helicopter, but there's no shortage of volunteers for the bridge, so here goes. Belfast River Lagan has been so successfully regenerated, the salmon have returned, and having salmon in your river is well worth celebrating. So how about it? A big fish. Created by artist John Kindness and commissioned by the city, the big fish is a ceramic skinned salmon, decorated with text and images relating to Belfast history.
Eight centuries ago, Carrickfergus was a thriving town when the Norman conqueror of Ulster, John de Courcy, built Carrickfergus Castle. By the early 17th century, Carrickfergus was the only town in Northern Ireland where English was spoken. The rest of Ulster spoke Gaelic. Since the 12th century, this military stronghold has been a garrison for most of the time. It still housed troops as late as 1928 and saw action right up until World War II. Where would 10,000 people go in Belfast to see Oasis, Eric Clapton or Christina Aguilera? The answer is the fabulous Odyssey Arena. Ice hockey, ice spectaculars and the world's greatest performers make this Belfast premier entertainment venue, with enough attractions to fill several days out. Since the 17th century, people of Ulster have been enjoying the sport of kings here at Down Royal Racecourse. There are 12 top-class race meetings here a year, including the Ulster Derby and the Down Royal Festival in November, which attracts the cream of national hunt racing. An enjoyable way to see Belfast is to take a trip along the River Lagan. Just over a decade ago, the River Lagan was derelict, but in 1994, the Lagan Weir was built, which transformed the river upstream and made the waterway navigable. The Laganside Corporation have cleared up the river to such an extent that salmon have now returned. And it's not only the water life that has benefited. The waterfront now has some very desirable properties. On the shores of Strangford Lough stands the beautiful Mount Stuart House and Gardens. In the 18th century, this was the boyhood home of Lord Castlereagh. These gardens are among Europe's finest. In Lisbon's Market Square, the history of one of Ulster's leading industries is on show at the Irish Linen Centre and Lisbon Museum. The Flax to Fabric exhibition shows you the world of Ulster's 18th century cottage weavers. As well as the historical linen exhibition, there's also skill demonstrations of hand spinning and handloom weaving. With a changing exhibition programme, a shop selling a wide range of linen products, and a cafe, this is part of Northern Ireland's heritage you won't want to miss.
The great Victorian architect Frank Matcham designed some of Britain's finest theatres, including the London Palladium and Belfast's magnificent Grand Opera House. Since opening in 1895, the theatre has had 110 years of success, set to continue with a new £9 million development. This is the only theatre in Northern Ireland to attract the big West End shows, such as Miss Saigon. On this stage in 1963, a young Luciano Pavarotti made his British debut in Madame Butterfly. From Gracie Fields to Van Morrison, the Grand has played host to them all. This laser harp is just some of the fun you can have here at W5, located at the Odyssey. W5 stands for Who, What, Where, When, Why. This is one of Northern Ireland's most popular visitor attractions. There are over 140 interactive exhibits like this. A day spent here is a really amazing experience. Once you've got your breath back, it's down to Discover, the shop where you can take a memory of it all away with you.
For comfort, hospitality, fabulous countryside and city excitement, Northern Ireland and Belfast are unbeatable for a break.
You can find all the places we've visited on our website, and if you'd like to watch any of our shows again, they're all available on DVD. We'll be seeing you again soon to help you plan another relaxing break. So goodbye until then, and remember, on Britain's Best Breaks, the choice is yours.